Hi, Hyena here, and for today's video, we're going to be talking about the real reason that I joined the furry fandom, or in fact, 5 of them. So I've participated in the furry fandom for about 7 years now. So some of the reasons I joined furry were very obvious. For example, fursuiting. I always wanted to dress up as an animal and just be completely different from what I look like out of suit. I wanted to perform and express myself as a silly anthro. In my case, I picked Hyena. Yay! But the longer I've been in furry, the more I realized there were much deeper reasons for me joining, which I want to share now. So let's get to them. Yay! The first one is a sense of acceptance and community. Now, I'm proud to say that I've made all kinds of wonderful friends and met so many amazing people through furry. But when I think of my life outside of furry and my past experiences in other communities I've tried to become involved in, furry is the one true place where I feel like I can be completely myself and have awesome, sweet people there that will accept me for who I am. And you don't have to feel different to become a furry, but I do have to say that furry is a welcoming place for a diverse group of people who are considered different. So whether that's queer folks, neurodivergent folks, and your nerdy and geeky types who might not have fit in anywhere else. So those are just a few examples of what furries self-identify as, but is by no means an exhaustive list. But for me personally, I never really felt like I fit in anywhere for an extended period of time in my life. Like going through various colleges, going through high school, playing various sports, partaking in various hobbies, and even becoming a mascot. I didn't ever feel like I fully could fit in a way that I could be loved for my true self. Because don't get me wrong, being a pro sports mascot and a college sports mascot was pretty damn awesome. But when I would meet the other mascots, I always found it a little bit hard to relate to people outside of the mascotting part. Like, I love costumed performance. That's always been a huge draw of furry for me. But I think costumed performance and expressing myself in some anthro form is so core to my identity, I kind of had to become a furry. And luckily, I met tons of amazing people in here, and I can be accepted despite my quirks and my social awkwardness and my lack of certain types of interpersonal skills, which I'm working on. But furry was the first kind of social community where I felt like I really thrived being my true authentic self, and that's why I really do love furry. I love it with all my heart. I really fucking do. Yay! True reason number 2 for joining furry was developing this sense of self-love. So I dived in headfirst into furry at the age of 22, but that means I had a ton of life experiences, good and bad, before joining. Now I should say I have plenty of happy memories from growing up, but when you're exposed to certain negative environments and have some people around you who are not supportive and will cut you down or put you down, when you're young, a bunch of that can get into your head and affect the way that you think about yourself in not a good way. So that's why when I saw fursuits, that was like an escape for me. I think I unconsciously saw that as a way I could love myself. Like if I had this fursuit on me, I could stop being a human for a little bit and be this idealized version of myself. Look however I want to look. And I think for me, wanting to get a fursuit was a way that I could cultivate more self-love within me. I know that's pretty zen, but it's honestly the truth. Because fursuiting is this really fun, uplifting, positive thing. You really do put smiles in people's faces, and it's just great to be this character in person. It's really rewarding, and it's just so much fun for me. And when you have this community who is very supportive of who you are, and you get to do more of the things you love because of that support around you, it does help you love yourself more. Because while there's a lot of positive energy associated with me wearing this fursuit, especially making videos, or running around, or hanging out with friends, a lot of that does spill over to the person underneath. Like getting to be this tough anthro critter for a while, that really does help me find more love for not only myself, but the people around me as well. Yay! Real reason number 3 I joined furry. Self-exploration, including niche interests. So this one really applies to all aspects of the fandom. We as people we always have some level of change going on in our lives. We're never truly the same person versus us years ago or years in the future. But furry's very open-minded when it comes to certain things. When it comes to self-identity, sexuality, and interests and hobbies. So to keep this video monetized, we're going to talk about interests. So we may come at a furry not knowing exactly what we like. But through meeting people with common interests, you might find that you also develop new interests. Whether it's because you found a spark in a new activity, or maybe you see someone else's passion for it and that inspires you to try something new. Now, self-exploration in furry is not about enjoying every single thing and being into absolutely everything. I think that's an unrealistic way to look at things. But for many, furry really is this opportunity to find new interests and new things that excite you. And what I really love about this community is it really does encourage you to try new things. And there doesn't have to be this end goal, for example, winning at something. You can truly find your niche interest in furry and find like-minded people. It's pretty sweet, isn't it? Yay! But I can definitely say in my experience, after 7 years of furry, I've picked up so many new interests and hobbies that I probably wouldn't even be aware of if it weren't for all of the amazing fuzzy animal people that I've met in my time here. Yay! Real reason number 4, a wild social outlet. So yes, this includes things like parties, which by the way have become really awesome, especially in recent years. But this is really about having socially a fun time, having an outlet to kind of go wild and really enjoy yourself. I don't know if you've ever been to a theme park or a movie by yourself. I sure have. And while it's not to say that it's a negative experience to do something by yourself, but generally with activities you have more fun in groups. And whatever fun outlet you want to have in furry, there are tons of people that will want to do the same thing with you. And this kind of ties in with a bunch of the other ones. Being able to party in a fursuit with a bunch of fursuiters around, like, there are no better parties in my mind than those. Getting to run around the con space and see a sea of anthros, and getting to act as an anthro, or act silly, or act as a character. Just the energy at a furry con, or furry gatherings, it's infectious in a really good, fun, positive way. One of the things I really wanted to get out of furry was a way to go wild and let loose. I kind of saw this outlet through fursuiting, because my plan was to get my Hyena suit and run around and be kind of crazy and nuts. And that's what I did, and still do. But there's this very enjoyable social aspect of all the unique people you encounter and all the fun you'll have with them. If you watch furry content and you find this fun, then you will have a ton of fun furry. And I know at furry cons I could act as this wild anthro animal and just have a blast and the time of my life. And getting to be a goofy hyena for a while is like one of my favorite things to ever do. And there's also people into the same huffy things as you. If you have a really hot fursuit, call me. I mean what? I mean call me. And last but not least, the real reason why I became a furry was confidence. Now this one's a little nuanced because, of course, fursuiting, wearing a silly animal costume, whether that was in furry or for mascotting, always gave me a sense of confidence. It gave me the courage to interact with people, to talk to people, because they don't see your face. They don't see the human underneath. They see cute anthro you. Yay, which is so awesome. But what I didn't expect to get out of furry was this sense of internal confidence where being around the positivity and the uplifting nature of furry for long enough, it's really given me the confidence to pursue the things I want to pursue. The confidence to meet new people out of suit without the protection of this and forge deeper friendships. And really it's given me the confidence to pursue hobbies and interests I otherwise would have shied away from. Like, I'm not the world's most amazing dancer, but I definitely got more confidence in that skill and definitely became better too. And also in recent years, buddy acceptance and resulting buddy confidence. Like, yeah, I wish I was 5'10" or 11 or even taller, mainly because it means I can more easily wear mascot suits, and also just because I can fill out a suit better. But furry's really given me the confidence to accept me for who I am. And actually, you know what? Furry's really given me the confidence to go for fitness. and exercise more. Things that I did a lot of but kind of shied away from. And everyone's furry journey is different, so you might have the confidence to try a new creative pursuit. Or maybe to reconnect with something that you've already tried but gave up for some reason. So furry, it does come down to this self-exploration, and furry's kind of given me the sense of this fuck yeah attitude that I can actually do some of the things that I set my mind to. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyways, I think my camera's running out of battery, so I appreciate y'all watching this video. This was a little bit more of a, I guess, sweet, heartfelt video, because I did want to put out something a little positive and uplifting like the fandom has done for me so many times. So I hope you enjoyed. Shout out to my super secret patrons. I'm Hyena, and I'll catch you next time with most certainly some more silly skits. So I'll catch you then. Yay! And there's also people into the same happy things as you. Do 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 do.